and ever wonder who laid the groundwork for the movies and performances we enjoy today? It's not just about current stars, the giants who came before profoundly shaped the art of filmmaking and acting. Their techniques, innovations, and even their struggles continue to be dissected in classrooms and film schools worldwide. Let's explore the legacies of some of these iconic figures and how their work continues to influence modern entertainment. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into film history. Alfred Hitchcock, often called the master of suspense, remains a cornerstone of film studies. Professors analyze Psycho to demonstrate how rapid editing and sound design can create visceral terror without relying on graphic violence. His concept of the MacGuffin, a plot device that drives the story forward, is a fundamental lesson in screenwriting. Stanley Kubrick was a perfectionist, obsessed with detail, and a pioneer of practical effects. Film students study 2001: A Space Odyssey to understand his groundbreaking slit scan photography and masterful visual composition, and if his exploration of dehumanization across genres provides rich material for thematic analysis. Orson Welles' Citizen Kane is frequently cited as the greatest film ever made. His innovative use of deep focus cinematography changed how directors approached visual depth. Students analyze how he transitioned from radio to film, mastering techniques like sound bridges and overlapping dialogue. Marlon Brando revolutionized acting by popularizing the Stanislavski system and method acting, and his raw and naturalistic portrayal in A Streetcar Named Desire challenged the stylized theatricality of the era. Acting classes dissect his ability to convey complex emotions through subtle gestures and vocal nuances. Akira Kurosawa is essential to film history curriculums for his dynamic editing style and mastery of movement. Scholars study Seven Samurai to analyze his ensemble staging and action sequences. His narrative structure in Rashomon introduced the concept of subjective truth to global audiences. Charlie Chaplin serves as the ultimate case study for physical comedy, and the transition from silent films to talkies. His character, the Tramp, allowed him to explore themes of poverty and industrialization through pantomime and visual gags. Classes analyze city lights to understand how pathos and humor can coexist to evoke deep emotional responses. Marilyn Monroe is examined in media studies for her construction as star persona and her impact on pop culture. Her performances in films like Some Like It Hot showcased sharp comedic timing, often overlooked during her lifetime. Academics discuss how she navigated the male gaze and the exploitation of women in the rigid studio system. Ingmar Bergman is a central figure in courses focusing on existentialism and religion in cinema. Students dissect The Seventh Seal to interpret his heavy use of symbolism and allegorical storytelling. His close collaboration with cinematographer Sven Nykvist resulted in intimate close-ups studied for lighting and emotional intensity. James Dean represents the cultural shift of the 1950s and uh, the rise of the rebellious teenager. His performance in Rebel Without a Cause is analyzed for its vulnerability and capturing the angst of a generation. Acting students study his improvisational choices and uh, ability to communicate volumes through body language, social call. Federico Fellini is known for his unique blend of memory, dreams, and sexuality. His masterpiece, 8.5 inches, screened to demonstrate meta cinema and the breakdown of traditional narrative structures. Scholars analyze his departure from Italian neorealism into more surreal and Baroque visual language. Jean-Luc Godard is a pillar of the French New Wave and completely deconstructed the rules of filmmaking space. His use of jump cuts in Breathless shattered conventions of continuity editing. Godard treated film as a political tool and an intellectual exercise, right? Humphrey Bogart defined the film noir protagonists through his cynical yet moral characters. Uh, his role in Casablanca is studied for his restrained romanticism and development of the tough guy archetype. And cinema classes really examine his distinct vocal uh, delivery and ability to command the screen. Katharine Hepburn is celebrated for her fierce independence and mastery of screwball comedy. Her rapid fire dialogue and chemistry with Cary Grant in Bringing Up Baby are analyzed for timing and rhythm. She challenged gender norms and demonstrated remarkable longevity in her career survey. Sidney Poitier is a critical subject in sociology and film classes regarding race relations. Uh, and his dignified performances in films like In the Heat of the Night uh, broke barriers for African American actors. Scholars discuss the burden of representation he carried and how his characters challenged white audiences. And Francois Truffaut is a key founder of the auteur theory, which posits that the director is the true author of a film. His debut, The 400 Blows, shows the transition from film criticism to filmmaking. Um, Truffaut combined a love for American B movies with a distinctly French humanism. Buster Keaton is studied alongside Chaplin as a genius of silent comedy, specializing in stoic humor and dangerous stunts. Um, that classes dissect the general to understand his complex practical effects and train sequences. His understanding of framing and geometric composition was ahead of his time, and John Ford is the definitive director of the American Western and a master of landscape photography. His use of Monument Valley in The Searchers created a mythic vision of the frontier. Film students analyze his composition and how he framed characters against vast horizons. Sergei Eisenstein is mandatory in film theory for developing intellectual montage. Students analyze the Odessa Steps sequence in Battleship Potemkin to understand how colliding images create emotional and political meaning. His writings on editing from the basis of modern theory. Billy Wilder is a master of versatility, excelling in film noir, screwball comedy, and social drama. The Apartment is used as an example of structure, character development, and balancing humor with pathos. Particularly, he knew how to navigate censorship codes and deliver adult themes, as in Elizabeth Taylor is analyzed for her transition from child star to serious adult actress and her command of the screen. And her performance in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf is a lesson in shedding vanity to achieve raw emotional power. She was a pillar of the Golden Age who fought for the rights of actors. Alan Rickman is studied for his unique vocal delivery and ability to play villains with depth and charm, but his breakout role in Die Hard redefined the action movie antagonist as an intelligent foil. Acting students analyze his use of pauses and languid pacing to control a scene. Ennio Morricone is the most studied film composer regarding the integration of sound and image. And music theory and film classes analyze his score for the good, the bad, and the ugly for its use of unconventional instruments. He revolutionized the spaghetti Western genre and proved that music could be a character. And that's a glimpse into the legacies of some truly remarkable figures. And it just goes to show, even after they're gone, their influence continues to shape the world of film. It's amazing, isn't it? Almost like they're still directing from beyond the screen. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.